Well, everyone will measure themselves differently. They want value think differently. Some people value successful, significant of their value love more. Some people value just basic level of certainty. So when I look at this, there are several methods I look at. Metric a thought of the thing that needed to be measured to love the life to work or not. So I look at it as a whole lot of guided moment to moment by state, learning at the change the state. Not sports, not fake, got to go from kick off frustrated, freak it out to back in the sinner, a creator or a determining or something that could remove it for what that could grade the better qualify for you every skill set. People think they want to get rich by a big hit, but of all the actor, all the athletes, all the movie stars that seem to make money and got their bankrupt. They could need money, income, working, but they never forgot how to make money good for them always left. When money just like go look at the 50 cent, $300 million unprofitable quarter, they give it 10 up when they are bankrupt. Mariah and truly happened to break papers scattering now and Johnny Dow under divorce. We made $750 million 750 about it. As they go bankrupt now when we have a path. And the press collection of 30,000 above right. And it took 100 Tom, a reporter, and Bundy Bow, took brief and proposed action into for the asleep fear. They need to mess up on what you do on guess what money the consistent invested or to get what you want the financial value of for life. You know, what difference way after the values but review a successful sleep or I know how to fail, but it not fail you to learn something. So get I make so many mistakes and just make things up, but every time I do, I become away from me from the someone else what it take. But the lie here the what I think I have. Viewing the people when I talk about myself, I talk about all the things that when I show people when you understand, you understand, and then that's the thing the better they got the successful, or you want to later before. Right also be tolerable, vulnerable, and also you divorce selling I pick about because I want it happen, but it happen. You know, think about value I for fight for. The secret sometimes you know a pencil you not about to work for. You know, think on all about you. But it's true when I think that people hard before value. So I think, you know, the purpose of goal like getting any of buzzword of goal, you know what will become. You become to make it you have never the set. So I'm not working for effort. Does no such. One thing I would say I good, grandly ambitious. I want to get a big rich and let somebody do that. All the always says the time of the little kid. I never try this see through. There really was an empty dreamer and the kid are learning to hate that in myself and I think they are. And to not allow myself to be empty dreamer to force myself to get the skill set actually they to not be any way should be formed as satisfied by saying I'm going to do something actually super dangerous. Not thinking about the fancy they're going to do, give them some possible of done it. Where I stop laughing and be okay from being lost it came down to every rather my wife for king when I have the job. And that was the time should my no, that where I really started to be go and with a marathon and me and dear lot of parts to keep any of them. And then driven person so I wasn't lifted to fit me because the autumn we have losing curve and become a suicide. Some people are successful or significant, and people value love more. Some people just basic level of certainty. So when I look at this a specific metric, I look at metric at measure a thing to a little measure to know if the light going to work a lot. I look at him. A whole lot of guided moment by statement. Learning how to change the state. Not bush, not fake, not to go from pistol off or frustrated, figure it out, pick up in the cedar, or create, or determined, or something that can move forward to get a better quality life view. And the critical skill set. People think they're going to get rich by doing a big hit, But look at all actors, all the athletes, all the movie stars. They gonna make more money than got bankrupt because they need money income working, but they never figure out make money work for them or when they sleep. But they sleep. Look at that 50 Cent. He $300 million on vitamin water. They give a ticket and they're bankrupt. Right now, the agree happened, but the newspaper speculating now, dropping down, what to do divorce. He made three-quarter a billion dollars, $715. And they say a bankrupt now, they got their price. Had the cash version and spent 30,000 online, why in return, time the report. Then the body and paid really important push us into for us that we feel they can mess up how they want to do, or I think that's more they consistently invested because they want to financial value otherwise. I mean, the difference before I went the failure step and success that is speed bump. I know I'm a fail, but it's not failing to learn something. I got help many mistakes, so many bring them. Every time I do, it's become a way from me explain someone else will text. It's like I have billions of people, but I talk about my value. I talk about all things I messed up. Why sure people didn't want to stop me? I think I not really and everything you touch successful for related peoples in also to both noble and also to broad theory. I think about this as the God happen, what is happened. You know, people don't value what they fight for. Why secret sometimes they got everybody to work for, and they keep oh man, just give it, but it's true. About things people to how to value most. So I think the purpose and goal that got to not allow myself to be an empty dreamer for force myself to get a skill set. I curious to get it to not me anyway should be from pacify. And by saying I'm gonna do something actually super dangerous, what people thinking about the fancy gonna do, give them some possible sense of done it. Whereas I stopped landing will be okay for me. We lost the came up to every step I try. My wife working when I have the job. And that's was the time. So my friend, the time, but that's what I really started to go and make a broad business, right? Not a proud to keep any of them. Even person, so I wasn't there to defeat me because the other was losing hope and being a suicidal.